So let's go to our view controller, and we are going to need another view controller. So let's drag it out. Let's position this align with our current view. And this view will be presented from our all list view. So select all list view and hit Control and drag to our newly created view. And we are going to select Show Detail segue. And now when we select our segue here, we can go to our inspector panel here, and actually we're going to replace these to push under the deprecated, because Xcode has a bug. When we straightforward we put a standard push, for some reason it doesn't allow us to put the title here. So now when we have set this to deprecated push, we can select back to our active segues, show example push, and now by double clicking we can add our title. So the title can be shopping items, hit enter, and here we are going to show all the items that belong to our current shopping list. So here again we are going to add a table view, because let's open our shopping list up here. It has crashed, so let me open this. So when we select this, we are going to build our current view here. So as you can see, we have a table view and we have small view on top. Also we have a button as well. This back button we are going to get it for free from our navigation controller that we have set up. So let's create our table view and our view here. I'm going to drag out a table view. You can also use a search here, so say table view. Right, let's drag this all the way down. And on top, I'm going to keep some space selected. Some space for our view there. Let me check my measurements to see how tall the view should be. So it's 40 points. Right, let's remove the search. I'm going to drag another view and put this here. Let's go to our measurements and put it 40 points high. And the width is going to be, let's select our view here. And let's also bring it down so I can drag it. Okay, it's going to be from the left edge all the way to the right edge. Just to be easier for us to see our view, I'm going to select it and let's give it a background view of orange, for example. Right, let's also put our table here to stick with it. Let's add constraints. So this is going to be 0 points from top, left, right, it's going to be 0. The height is going to be standard 40 points, hit add. And for our table view, we are going to select our table view and say that it's going to have a 0 point from our view here. Let's click add. Actually, let's drag it and say vertical space. Let's see what's going wrong here. If you select your size inspector, you can see the constraints that you have added already. So as you can see, we have here two constraints, two top constraints. Actually, let's delete all. And I'm going to select my table view and drag it to my view. As you can see, we can do this also on the side panel. Say the horizontal spacing, no, not horizontal, sorry, vertical spacing. So this will keep the vertical spacing between the two views. And then we can select our table view and say bottom, left, and right we want 0 point. So we still have a red margin around our view here. So let's see what we have. We have a top, we have bottom, we have leading, and it looks like that our height is missing. So let's keep the height, hit enter, and now all our margins are blue. This means that we have no error, and on runtime all our views will appear as they are now, as we see them now. So let's add another bar button item. Again, I'm going to choose this to be a plus, and make sure when you add an image you remove the title if it doesn't do it automatically. Okay, in our view here we are going to need two labels. So let's select the label, drag it out and put in our view. Going to drag this on halfway, and this is going to be our items label, and we are going to select this, copy and paste, Ctrl C and Ctrl V, and let's change the alignment for this one to be on the right, and this one I'm going to call this total price, just for us to see what's going on for now. Also, while we are here, we need to set our table view cell row height. So select your table view, click row height, and this one I'm going to put it 70 points. So our standard table view cell will be 70 points now. Okay, we have created a view. Now we need to create a view controller that will control our view. So select our all lists, Command N to open our views here, and say this is going to be a Coco Touch class as well. Hit next, and this one I'm going to call shopping item, and this is going to be a subclass of view controller. So hit next, and let's create it in our folder location. Again, we have to go back to our view controller here, our storyboard, select our view, and here we need to put the class which is going to be a shopping item view controller. So if I select now my view and go to our assistant editor, this will open automatically our shopping item view controller. So as we did with our all lists, we are going to select our table view, hit Control drag, and I'm going to call this table view, hit enter. Here we have two more views. One of them is our items label. So let's select this label and drag it out as well, hit Control. This is going to be our items left label, and another one we are going to drag this, and I'm going to call this total price label. Hit enter. Now we have three labels connected, and also we have one button here that we need to connect. So again, I'm going to delete this unnecessary code. Let's put a mark here, call this IB actions, and let's drag our button. Make sure you have selected the button and Control drag it here, and choose this to be an action. And again, I'm going to say add bar button item pressed. Hit create, and this will create a function for us. So if you are wondering why I keep writing this mark IB action, later on when we have a lot of code here, it will be easier for me to locate our necessary functions. So this is kind of a breakpoint under IB actions. Then we are going to have our table view, data source, and delegate functions. So this is a good way to separate them in our view here.